Hey my sugar bears, welcome back to my channel, Bougie AF. It's your host, Nicole. It's where I say stay bougie on them. It's me feeding you feminism for the soul. It's my soul food offering. It's where I apply pressure to issues by being critical and logical. Now don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get to the commentary where I can guarantee you I will be doing too much because that's just me. And like Sheree said, who's gonna check me, boo?
Welcome, Black y'all. Let's get into this Instagram scroll. So today we are going to be talking about Houston rapper BTB Savage reportedly murdered hours after posting pictures in bloody aftermath of his home invasion 2 months prior. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with people and why they don't understand that social media can get you killed. I think there's just so many incidences within the last 5 years that there's no saying that there's two separate worlds going on in terms of what's happening on social media and what's happening in real life, right? Social media is real life, right? We've seen people, me personally, coming from the city of Boston, we've had some notorious like Facebook chat groups in my city where, I mean, people were doing the most. Recently, there was just a gentleman who was just sentenced to prison. I think he'll be in prison for the next 7 years or so. But what was quoted by one of the district attorneys was like him outlining like his criminal activity online and bragging about it, right? Really kind of naming his set, like the gang he's associated, things that detectives usually have to try to figure out, right? But when you're so willing to like go live and put everything out there and who you're chilling at with and the areas that you be in, and maybe I'm different. I am someone who's, and most detectives are going to be a lot like me, where they're paying attention to everything that you are showing them. And I mean everything, to where you eat at, everybody who you're associated with. Like, they're paying attention to all of that, right? Especially if they're going to go after you and build a case, like, and investigate you. So I'm not quite sure why people do all of this, but you know, people will most definitely at this point, people are doing the work for these detectives out here and police in general. I don't think anybody has anybody but to blame but themselves. I don't even like the conversation of people trying to blame, like, you know, interviewers, like, for asking questions. And like Vlad, right? Vlad gets a lot of slack for people trying to blame him for things, but I'm not quite sure, like, we're in the gangster movie or the gangster history, and I've studied this shit, and believe me, I spent a lot of time. When has it ever been cool to tell on yourself, right? When has it ever been cool to, like, talk about the shit that you did that's gonna get you locked up? That's never been a part of the code, right? So when I see people like an AR Rab from out of Philly, who's in songs or in interviews and you're naming your shooter, like, who are we really gonna be mad at Vlad for that? And a lot of the times when I'm listening to interviews, it's not like I feel like Vlad is you know, asking difficult and hard questions to get you tripped up and so you accidentally say something. No, it don't be that. Literally, I'm watching Vlad, and some of y'all seem like you don't even need an interviewer. Like, you just start talking and you don't stop talking sometimes, it seems like, right? Especially that damn Boosie. Boosie get on Vlad, and Vlad can barely get a question out, right? But y'all pick and choose on when it's acceptable to talk and who can talk and what's not snitching and what's part of the game. Like, it's really fucking crazy. But back to social media and just me seeing a lot of stuff on social media that has resulted into a lot of stuff in, like, I mean, it is real life, right? So, like, I've seen, like, families get into it, family arguments in Facebook groups. I've seen families pull up on each other. I've seen cousins fight. I've seen people let off their gun. You get what I'm saying? I've seen people put so much stuff out about themselves on social media and fight between each other. At this point, I'm just like, I don't even understand it, because it's not even like, you know, 10 years ago when they were doing on Love and Hip Hop, you understood that they were doing this and behaving like this for a check. When I see people doing this and behaving this like for the free, I'm always like, what's the motivation? Like, even on Clubhouse, what's the motivation, right? What is your motivation for getting on here and telling complete strangers, divulging like some of your most intimate secrets to complete strangers? It's weird as fuck to me, right? And then when you see people on Clubhouse that participate in this, like, we friends one day and then we falling out the next day, and I'm telling all your business and I'm spraying you down, like I'm exposing you to the world in the worst type of way. I'm not quite sure why anybody would get on or proceed going forward or thinking that any of these people could be friends with anybody or they're good type of friends, right? That anybody should be picking up in life. I have not seen too many people on Clubhouse that participate in that like kind of dark side of things that I'd want to be associated with going forward, because there's just some things like as you do get older, I totally agree with your patience and, you know, not trying to be a part of the mess and be a part of the drama. I totally get that, right? I totally get that, and I totally get it, and I'm someone who tries to avoid it as much as possible. But just to see that people live for it on a daily basis, and sometimes you can't help the drama that comes your way. If you are a certain type of person, if you always been noticed, or if you always had haters in your fucking life, it is what it is. You are gonna have some drama. If you've been a pretty girl, and pretty girls know exactly what I'm talking about, you gonna have some drama. Like people will just hate you for no reason, right? They'll hate you because of how you dress. They'll hate you because of how you speak. They'll hate you because of the influence you have. They'll hate you because, you know, you have a way about yourself that maybe they wish they were more alike, right? Oh, she always got an opinion. Why she always involved? Because I can. I'm a good conversation. What you mean? Yeah, I always have something to say. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. That's me. You get what I'm saying? So with that being said, there are going to be times and some people cannot avoid drama because it is what it is, right? So back to Clubhouse and social media and the role it plays and the real results. I mean, even the Nipsey Hussle situation. Like, we seen somebody get killed on live when he was talking shit about Nipsey Hussle, right? On live, sitting in his car. Thought he was low. Thought nobody was going to pull up. And for somehow, some way, they were able to recognize something in his background, and they pulled up on that nigga and they shot him. Right? So we've seen all that. I've seen someone get shot on live. The nigga didn't even put the phone down as he's running away from the bullets being shot at him. Craziest shit I ever seen in my life. Right? So I say all that to say, when I see stories like this of this Houston rapper, I am not surprised. I mean, you could spend a night, just if you have a sleepless night, going on YouTube and just see how many, so many of these criminals and how much of the crimes that they put on, or how much they talk about what they're doing in real life. There was a gentleman in Florida, oh God, rest in peace, and he was fine as fuck. Okay, I think he was either in Orlando or Tampa. He had beef. He had beef in his hood, and he knew who his beef was, and he knew people was after him. He literally made a post: "If y'all niggas really looking for me, I'm gonna be outside of my house in 5 minutes." Blah 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 blah. Niggas knew where he lived at, and he was where he said he was gonna be at, and he's no longer with us, beloveds. That's all I'm trying to say. You want to talk about the beloveds? I mean, Taxstone. I just did a story on that, right? That started on social media. In real life, though, Taxstone's going to be in jail. In real life, Troy Ave's bodyguard is dead. In real life, Troy Ave don't have a rap career anymore because of all of this. And it all started on social media. So when people say that social media is not that big a deal, it's not that it's not that serious, believe me, it is, right? It wouldn't be it's so serious. You see Congress and you see them wanting to ban TikTok because they understand how powerful it is even on our younger kids. Right? And what's happening with all these challenges and all this stuff, right? The influence of it, right? So people can either get a grip and stop trying to have that tagline or trying to sound like too cool for school and trying to downplay the impact of what social media has become and what the internet has become. And at this point, if you're downplaying it, I'm probably going to think that you're I'm probably going to think that you're not internet savvy, or you're not plugged in the way that you probably should, because with everything moving the way it is with AI and stuff like that, there's no way you can downplay what social media is or downplay what the internet is and what it's becoming and how important it is to even be able to progress and going forward in life, financially, work, and all of that stuff, right? At this point, if you are not out here a mini marketer able to create and have certain type of computer skills, I know for sure you can't get certain types of jobs. I know for sure that you're in a certain tax bracket because of it, right? Like, there's telltale signs at this point in terms of the haves and the have-nots, or the can and it won't be able to in society. I'm getting distracted a little bit, but let's go ahead and get into the story because this is sad. All right, here we go. All right, let me fix it on this screen. All right, Houston rapper BTP Savage reportedly murdered hours after posting pictures in bloody aftermath of his home invasion 2 months prior. So if you don't know, let me read it here. It says that this is found on its on site, and it says Houston rapper BTP Savage has reportedly been murdered just hours after posting photos of the bloody aftermath of a home invasion just 2 months prior, where his girlfriend at the time shot and killed the alleged suspect. Just this past week, a Vlad interview was released where Vlad asked Savage if he was afraid of retaliation. BTB responded, "Yeah, they may, but it ain't it ain't like that for real. They broke. One of me is like 20 of them." So, yeah, that's the situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and play for you guys what he said in the Vlad interview. So this is him taking the picture. I guess he's probably moved or gone back to the home. And there's blood all over the place, and it's alleged that his girlfriend killed or shot the person. I'm pretty sure she's not in any beef, so the beef or the blowback is not going to be towards her. She was just doing what she had to do in terms of like being in the wrong place at the wrong time. So the blowback was most definitely going to always come back to him. So this is him in the apartment. As you can see, the bullet holes on the door, all the blood on the floor, and he's taking pictures and posting it. My whole thing is, like, somebody can be the worst person in the world, and believe me, I'm going through my own experience with, the worst bitch I have ever ran into, but it's all right. We gonna stay on that neck, though. The worst bitch I've ever ran into. The thing is, though, even though you might think somebody is the worst person in the world, you do have to understand that they got loved ones who may not feel that way about them. And if shit get brought to the extent of you taking somebody's life, I do think, and y'all know I'm not a fan of the word humble or any of that other shit. I think you got to be humble and just, not say anything and lay low and not even seem as though you're like taking enjoyment out of such as out of such a difficult situation, hard, sad situation, right? Not sad for, BTB Savage, but sad for the family. So he posted this picture. Hours later, he was no longer here, right? So, like, just watch what you brag about, because some people are going to be really... You could have been that nigga's baby mama who came and did this, right? Like, nobody's going to really... I'm just saying, like, because loved ones, right? And nobody's really going to take this easy or going to want you to be out here, like, bragging about some bullshit like this. All right, so here we go. So this is him in his own words.
Are going to try to come back? Or is it one of those situations where everyone just kind of accepts that, hey, you try to rob him, he got killed, it is what it is?
I ain't gonna lie, unless they pussies, but ain't no street nigga just about to let, regardless of what happened, be like, oh, it is what it is. And they got people that love that nigga. Like, he got real family members too, so. Yeah, they for sure might do what they do. But I'm gonna get active, that's all it is. And it is what it is. It's on the floor. It'll be smoke forever. Fuck it. To be honest.
Right, so you've now moved out of that apartment, right?
Yeah.
Are you moving out of the city? No?
Nah, I'm gonna stay in the city. They not like that, for real. They got them. They broke. That's what it is.
I mean, are you at all concerned that his people are going to try to come back? Or is it one of those situations where everyone just kind of accepts?
So clearly, they were like that. But at the end of the day, he's talking right. But at the end of the day, he understands he's in the streets. It sounds like he knew that there was a possibility is on after this. But I mean, I'm from his end, like, what are you supposed to do? A nigga robs you. It's not like you went out looking for him or you did something to offend him. And it's so crazy that we live in this society, like, where motherfuckers will do something to you and then will find a way to make themselves the victim and have this oppression type of view of things, of saying, oh, you don't know what I had to go through or what I go through in life and why I am the way I am or why I had to do what I had to do. Let me tell you something. We all both, in terms, because I'm black on this channel, not I'm black on this channel, but I'm black in real life. Nigga, you ain't going through nothing that I ain't going through, right? At the same time. So for you to think that, or you to think that you should be able to get off on me, or get over on me, or do some foul shit to me, and I'm supposed to sit up here and be like, oh, your life is harder than mine. We're not doing the oppression Olympics, right? Everybody out here trying to do their thing and get ahead the best way they know how. And there's no excuse when you try to take advantage of somebody. And I think he knows that, you know, this shit went down and that this was going to be a beef for him. And it's sad, even with his death, this shit don't stop. This shit don't stop, because these two groups and who they're associated with knows who did what. And so it continues, right? And if you're sitting back and acting like, if you're not aware of like how gang violence happens, or what's going on, or why does it continue to keep happening, this is why. Right? Somebody kills someone's loved one. Then people get back at that person. And so then they get back at the person, and their loved ones feel some sort of way. And it just keeps going back and forth. It gets so deep that sometimes, you know, some of these young kids don't even know why they warring with certain neighborhoods anymore, because it didn't happen 20, 30 years ago. Those OG homies ain't even in the hood no more, but those little niggas, you know, because the homie that they was with them from back in the day, so now they're just carrying beef. Don't even know what the beef be about a lot of times. Not even personal to them, right? It's sad shit out here, y'all. All right, y'all, so I had to come back and add this in, right? So we were just talking about why does the violence not stop? I don't know how I forgot this clip, but this clip and this post was made a few hours after BTB Savage was murdered in Houston. This person most definitely let it be known on like what happened, why it happened, and that it's not going to stop from how this looks. All right, so this person posts, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I wish I could see his face. He looked fine. He looked good. I ain't even see his face. Brother look good. All right, anyway, I most definitely have a type. Somebody tag at Vlad TV ASAP. God damn it. Oh, damn. He's already letting you know what it is, what he felt some sort of way about. He felt some sort of way about Vlad TV. Okay. And tell his ass, I don't know what that says because it's redacted, right? We got some redaction going on here. Try to see when he gonna do another motherfucking interview with that at BTB_Savage guy. Probably never again, huh, doggy? Laughing faces, dead smoke at Vlad TV. My turn, blood. Okay, so listen, this is the reason. This is what I was trying to tell you. Like when we talk about things and if it's going to end, he felt disrespected by the Vlad TV, so he has decided to do something about that disrespect. So now he is turning around and disrespecting the Savage Boys peoples by now going and doing a disrespectful interview with Vlad TV. So when you're sitting back and asking yourself, like, why doesn't it end? Why does it keep going? Because somebody's going to feel disrespected. That's it. Somebody's going to feel disrespected. And so that means for a lot of people that I got to take it to this ultimate thing of killing somebody. It's crazy, I know. I just had to add this in there. Also, we can go ahead and read in some of these comments. So this was found on It's On Site. I love how people are responding. We are sick of all this stuff in our community. The shooters are taking away our loved ones. Y'all are erasing yourselves and think it's funny while the oppressor is sitting back laughing because they just going to slide in and buy up all the property once we're gone. People think. Laughing my ass off. I'm crying. Someone at Houston police in his replies. Somebody added the police in his replies. That's crazy. So he got mad because his uncle literally broke into some. Oh, they already got. Oh, shit. This is the dude's nephew. This is crazy. That's what I'm talking about. Social media, real life. It's solving crimes out here. Even in the comments, yo. You can find out a lot of different stuff. Anyway. So he got mad because his uncle literally broke into somebody's home where there's a family staying and tried to harm them, but he got killed doing it. Oh, That's crazy. We can't even defend ourselves from somebody breaking into our homes. Lord, the end of times are here, man. The devil is working overtime to take as many souls as possible before God comes back. Now, this person just offered a different perspective. I'll be completely honest. When I didn't look at it the way that she did. I thought, that this dude, it was just like niggas got at you because beef y'all have in the streets and, whatever. But this person is saying, hey, these people were defending themselves because you were trying to commit a crime. That's not something to then turn around and start this war between groups of people when you were in the wrong, right? Now it's a gang war or something like between these two groups of people going back and forth to each other. And you do have the right to defend yourself. I don't think nobody, and even if you are, no, I can't even say that, but even if you are not a nice person or you've done some things in your past, whatever, it doesn't matter. You still have the right to defend yourself. And so with that being said, the man didn't do anything wrong. Now, it was tacky of him to post that and do that interview. I could see how you could feel disrespected, but there has to be some in-betweens where shit does not jump to level 10 and you're murdering somebody behind the fucked upness of your uncle. That's crazy. Why are all the blogs posting weird stuff like this today? It's slow. I mean, escaping as the review can only give us so much. All this was not the flex. Now they about to circle the block on you. Okay, like, it don't end. This shit is crazy. Upside down emoji face. Like, somebody tagged the police because it's really that easy to solve a crime. It's really that easy. I just think they should hire somebody like me, and I can sit on the internet and I can just, look up stuff for them. I'm like, what? Oh my God, why y'all block and blur his info? Cause you know why they block and blurred his info? The motherfucker will post this shit to the public and will then turn around and blame on site for making it hot for him and bringing too much attention and accuse them of snitching on him. That's exactly why they blocked it. It's crazy, even though he put it out there. That's the world we live in, where people are confused and forget that they are participating in the same thing they try to condemn in terms of when it comes to social media or when it comes to blogs. You post the shit, people grab it. Like, what is you doing it for? You are posting shit on the public sites not to be noticed? Is how you go about not being noticed? That's not that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into these comments. I wonder how different life would be for these young guys if we didn't have social media. 3,267 likes. In this situation, I mean, since the dude robbed him and he was killed, I don't necessarily know if this situation would have ended up so much different than, there would have been more gun violence, right? Like, they weren't letting it go on the other side. So I don't know if I feel like social media caused this or this wouldn't have happened because of social media. Because niggas been robbing and stealing and doing shit before social media. I think this was just a trajectory of like what his life was about. Like, he's in the streets. Posting that gruesome crime scene stirred up more bad juju. I totally agree. 1,385. I hate Vlad for real. Biggest damn culture vulture there is. Why he never meddle in white drama. I'm not mad at Vlad. Won't be mad at Vlad. There's too many men that are of the Wendy Williams types that are in the culture that is also exploiting what gang life is for their benefit, right, and making money off of it. We see people like a Hassan Campbell, right? We see tons of people out here who are benefiting off of glamorizing it. Academics made his name off of glamorizing it, right? And so I'm not going to sit up here and act like because the person is a part of my race in terms of like academics being black, that it's so much better when we do it, right? Versus Vlad. No, I just think when people hate or, have a problem with Vlad, I think it's because they want, they would like to be Vlad. They'd like their brand. They would like the longevity that he's had over the years. They would like to have what he has built. I mean, they would like to have the money that he's built, right? And like, I'm gonna be completely honest, it's coming from like a nigga mentality, a nigga mindset, right? You want what you really want to be the nigga, so now you're gonna downplay and discredit him, and everything that he's about, even though you're doing the same thing that he's doing. And I say this, and I had to come to this conclusion about Vlad because there are people who have a problem with me doing what I do in terms of, you know, my content and the things I choose to talk about, right? But they'll go ahead and try to do it themselves. You know what I mean? But everybody else can make money out of it, and it's respectable, and you know, people admire it because they you know, they do it differently, or it's more palatable for them when other people do it, right? Everything is, it's all good that Harvey Levin and then people at TMZ are in the gossip business and it's respected, but y'all will clown or have a problem with Wendy Williams for the rest of her life, but you would uphold Harvey Levin's. You'll run over there and interview Harvey and them, right? You'll give them all the tea, right? You'll give it to them, right? With no problem. But somehow, some way, you villainize a woman who is a trailblazer, and she predates Harvey Levin in a way. Harvey Levin exists because of someone like a Wendy Williams. All of you niggas who out there with channels and doing gossip, because that's what it is. And I'm not going to call it nothing outside of that, right? You're doing gossip commentary, right? And y'all need to pay homage to Wendy Williams, right? Especially Whack 100. Man, you talk more than Wendy. At least Wendy, you talk more than Wendy, my nigga. It is what it is. But that's all I got for this one. Y'all be black as F, y'all. Y'all be posh as F. Y'all be bougie as F. Y'all be blessed as F. And y'all be black, y'all. And I am out. And don't you forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.